Let's proceed to on-premise deployment. My project uses domain projects to share the HTTP port for all the APIs deployed to a particular on-premise server. So this makes it a prerequisite to have a CI pipeline created for the domain project to publish it first to the Azure Artifactory. So this is a simple API which is supposed to be deployed to on-premise, and you can see that it is tied to a domain project. If we take a look at the pom.xml file for the domain project, in addition to the repositories which we added for the Cloud, we would be required to add this segment of distribution management where it would publish it to the Azure DevOps Artifactory. The The credentials for this URL would find its place in the settings.xml file. So this is like a prerequisite even before we proceed with the creation of pipelines for our on-prem API. So in TFS, this is where it resides, our API, and this is what I meant by Artifactory. So all our APIs would find its place here. So you can go about by creating a feed. I have already created one for our current demo called CI/CD. So simply if you go create it, you can give it a name, you can specify who has access to it and all. So it's pretty straightforward. So going to the pipelines, I'll also quickly show you the CI for the domain project. It isn't any different from the pipeline which we created for CloudHub. So it just has this additional task here which specifies the Artifactory, and we would be requiring this for our on-prem CI part as well. So going back, creating a new pipeline. Again, our source is TFS. Let's map our project. Done. We will start with an empty job again. Let's specify the agent specification. Give it a name. Let's quickly set the CI trigger. So we are interested only in this API here for it to trigger. Done. Going back to tasks. So our first step would be to provide the Maven authentication for the Artifactory. So our field would be CI/CD. And this is our collection. So once you create one on Artifactory, you will also be able to find it here. So the next task would be similar to what we did before, downloading the secure file. Settings.xml. Let's use the same name for the reference name. Third step would be bash. So there isn't any major difference between the CloudHub and on-premise for the CI part. So let's specify it inline. The same command, the Maven clean package command. And as the last step, we would be publishing it. Let's give it a name. Let's call it on-prem demo. Let's quickly save it. Yeah. So this concludes our CA part. Let's go create a CD release. So you can see the Cloud pipeline is successfully deployed to dev. Okay, let's create one new for on-prem. We will start with the empty job, give it the same name as the CI, select the artifact we would be interested in, on-prem demo. We are interested in the latest one always. Before we forget, let's enable continuous deployment trigger. So our stage would be dev, and this is all similar, setting the pre-deployment and the post-deployment. I'm quickly jumping in. Ubuntu, setting the specification. First step would be to include the credentials file. Done. And the next step would be to configure the bash for the deployment. Before we paste it here, let me quickly explain you what I have done on the script. Okay, so this is for readability. So as a first step, we are making use of the OAuth URI. So this is an ARM REST API, Runtime Manager's REST API, to fetch the token, the authentication token, based on our client ID and secret. So once we get the token, we'll have to initiate the deployment, a fresh deployment, we can call it. So here we are again making use of the Anypoint Runtime Manager's REST API to trigger the Scratch deployment. The reason we are doing it this way and not making use of the Anypoint CLI is, as part of our deployment, we may have a few user properties which we need to provide. At the moment, Anypoint CLI's standalone command does not satisfy that purpose. So we are making use of the ARM REST API. So as you can see, we will be making use of the token which we got from the previous step. We will be specifying the environment ID, the organization ID, the file's path, the file's name, the application name. The file name would be the jar file name. The target ID would be the on-prem server's target ID, the mule version. And here for the application name, these are the properties, the user properties which we are supposed to provide. So the deployment target is on-prem, and size, this is a user property which I would be filling it from the variables. So once this is done, we are checking if the deployment is successful and if it is mentioning something like this in the error window, this target as an application with the same name. So this is to facilitate the redeployment process. So for redeployment, we will have to again use and install npm, Anypoint CLI. So we are installing all those, like in the Cloud bash script, we are importing the credentials, creating the appropriate home directories, and exporting the profile. For redeployment, it is safe to use the CLI command because we are only modifying the jar file path here. One more thing to notice is we will have to specify the already deployed API's target ID as well. So these two are the important parameters by which a redeployment can happen. So once the redeployment is successful, we are letting it sleep for a particular time, and finally we are trying to describe the API. Else we are throwing the appropriate errors. So going back, I'd be quickly pasting it. Yeah, just some last minute changes here. Yeah, done. So the next step would be to create the appropriate variables. Let's start with the user property. Let's give it 1000. Application name, let's call it devproc tfs API. Application jar file path. So this is the part of the jar file once the CA part is complete. Just giving it before end. So this is how the jar file is going to be named. Target ID. So this is the target ID of the runtime server. I'll finally show you how I'm coming up with all these values. The mule version 4.3.0, the dev app target ID. So I leave it blank since it is going to be a Scratch deployment. We'll have to just make sure that once the Scratch deployment is complete, you go back to the platform and update it with the respective ID here. Save it. Pipeline. Let's verify everything is correct. Ubuntu. Save it. Let's go back to the pipeline for the CA part. On-prem, no runs yet. Okay. Triggers, done. Yeah. So let's make a similar change in the pom.xml for it to trigger. Edit. Save it. So you can see that the CA part is being triggered. Let's wait for it to complete. Okay, the job is complete. You can see that the artifact is produced as before. So going to release. So you can see a release is created and it is in progress. Going to the logs. It's ready. Let's wait for it to complete. Okay, so you can see that the bash script has completed successfully. So this is the description of it. You can see here that it is started successfully. So go to manage properties. So you can see the properties which we have provided there. Likewise for the Cloud Hub as well. And the runtime properties as well. So this concludes the demo. We have successfully seen how to deploy an API to both Cloud Hub and an on-prem server. So to quickly mention how I am getting the target ID. So this if you click on a particular API, particular server, so you can see in the address bar there will be a target ID. Thank you.